Where's Bitcoin going to be 3-6 months, and then give me your 5-year outlook?
Yeah, I mean, I try not to give price projections, and I know you always pin them out of me, but the point being is, we're very public on social media, and it's just people pin their hopes and dreams on a number you give them. But my general thesis is we will rally into year end. We will correct at some point. There's a bunch of hedge funds and RAAs and others who are into this who will need to take a bit of profits into year end. I think we'll get a bit of a shakeout, global liquidity slowing down somewhat, and then we should re-accelerate into the end of tax season. So my view is Bitcoin easily gets to 100 this year, and probably is 150 plus by March before it corrects again, and then we finish the year after a larger correction with a very strong rally into the end.
Bitcoin mania is reaching new heights, with predictions of an unprecedented bull run that could propel its price to $450,000 within a year. This bold forecast comes from Raoul Pal, CEO of Real Vision and a seasoned expert in macroeconomics. As the crypto market gains momentum, Bitcoin and the entire ecosystem are preparing for what could be the most historic rally yet. With just 6 years remaining before technology and crypto redefine the global economy, Pal emphasizes Bitcoin's potential to generate immense wealth. He projects Bitcoin could hit $150,000 by March 2025, and in an ideal bull run scenario, soar to $450,000, driven by regulatory advancements and institutional adoption. Stay tuned until the end of the video to hear more of Raoul Pal's compelling insights into this groundbreaking prediction.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
I've learned from being in this cycle for so long that really, if you can, when it just feels the worst, that's when you should be putting as much money in as you can. Obviously, it's also the hardest time because nobody's got money, because liquidity is being drawn out of the system. Everyone's feeling the pinch. So it's actually hard to scrape pennies from under the sofa, but it is the best strategy of all because your gains compound so fast when you do it.
Well, I'm with you on that. I've learned that in my old age. I tell younger people, just nibble at things, make an investment every month, and don't look at it. Pay yourself first. But where's Bitcoin going to be 3-6 months, and then give me your 5-year outlook?
Yeah, I mean, I try not to give price projections, and I know you always pin them out of me, but the point being is, we're very public on social media, and it's just people pin their hopes and dreams on a number you give them. But my general thesis is we will rally into year end. We will correct at some point. There's a bunch of hedge funds and RAAs and others who are into this who will need to take a bit of profits into year end. I think we'll get a bit of a shakeout, global liquidity slowing down somewhat, and then we should re-accelerate into the end of tax season. So my view is Bitcoin easily gets to 100 this year, and probably is 150 plus by March before it corrects again, and then we finish the year after a larger correction with a very strong rally into the end. So that's how I think it plays out probabilistically.
So when you say a correction, we're at 150, it corrects back to 80?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe less. Maybe a 30% correction, so back down to 100. Kind of makes sense to me.
Right.
And it'll feel miserable, and people will say, has the cycle peaked, and all of that noise.
Right.
And then usually we end the second year after the presidential election cycle very strong, and then it peaks out sometime there.
Okay.
So if I give a range of targets as opposed to pinpointing a target, worst case is 150, my base case is 250, and in an obscene bull market because everybody's buying, driven by a change of regulation, then it could go as high as 450.
Okay, let's go to Solana. I want to ask you the same questions related to Solana because I know you're a bull there.
Yeah, so I think Solana finishes this year closer to 400 than it is to 200. So I think
this year, 6 weeks ago,
maybe 350. I mean, it's a higher beta asset, so it should do better. So I expect that to happen. I think, again, it'll follow the same kind of price path as Bitcoin, but it should outperform all of the way. It's been in this consolidation versus Bitcoin, sideways consolidation. The next leg should be altcoin season, and Solana should be the king of the major alts. So I'm kind of expecting Solana from here to probably get to over 1,000, 1250, something like that.
All right, last one, Ethereum.
Ethereum has been a laggard. I think it plays some catch up. I think it outperforms Bitcoin going forwards for a bit, because if we sit back and look at what the regulatory changes might be, that is the platform upon which most of the institutions will start doing stuff. It's the Microsoft decision. Every bank has Microsoft computers, not Apple computers. So I think that Ethereum actually does better than most people expect going into the end of the year. Again, same price pattern, outperforms Bitcoin, Solana outperforms Ethereum. So it's the risk curve. Inflation has slowed down, but the prices have stuck. And that's a hard thing for people to take. We all complain. Every time we go to a restaurant, you go to the supermarket, you're like, really? Is this the prices I'm paying these days? And people haven't made that back. And the one reason we haven't really made it back is the business cycle. So if we look at the ISM survey, the Institute of Supply Managers survey, which is the guide to the global business cycle, it's actually been below 50, which means it's in sort of contraction for the longest period in history now, I think. So there's something going on with the economy, and I think it's because the Fed took so long to cut rates, because they were fighting the inflation demon of the past. They took too long, and that's kept a bulk of the economy slow. So if you translate that to the ordinary person, if you're running a sandwich shop in Manhattan, or you're running a dry cleaners in Chicago, you're not seeing the money come in yet. You're not seeing growth, your business grow. Now, the forward-looking indicators suggest we will get that, and we'll get strong growth coming forwards. But really, to get that business cycle turning, we still need the Fed to cut further.
Is Donald Trump going to get rid of the central bank of the United States?
No. I think that's all rhetoric to appease the libertarians. I don't think he wants to do that and can do that. I don't think the system is even ready for it yet. We don't. Yeah, so I think not. I think that's more rhetoric than anything else.
Is Donald Trump going to put 1 million Bitcoins on the balance sheet of the United States, on the Federal Reserve balance sheet?
First, I think this is a bit of a red herring, because as the world's reserve currency, you don't need to hold reserves in anything else. Right? So that's why the US doesn't hold a basket of euros and yen and other shit. It doesn't need to. It's the world reserve currency. So they don't actually need currency reserves or national reserves. They have a legacy of gold, of which we don't know how much is there. So the way to do this is probably to say, well, any Bitcoin or cryptocurrency that's been seized, we'll put it in the reserve. And that's a way of appeasing the crypto crowd without, there's no point to have a reserve. Maybe they do. Maybe they think that that's going to help them. But the worst thing it's going to do is just strengthen the dollar even further. And that is not good. A very strong dollar is a wrecking ball for the rest of the world. And without global trade and global demand, everyone goes through a recession. So you've got to kind of be careful of what you wish for.
Rumble is making a bold move into Bitcoin, announcing plans to invest up to $20 million as part of a new treasury strategy. This initiative aligns with Rumble's broader vision of championing a decentralized internet, further highlighting Bitcoin's growing appeal to major companies seeking stability and independence. This decision underscores a rising trend where businesses turn to Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and a reliable store of value. Bitcoin's decentralized nature perfectly complements Rumble's mission to challenge big tech's dominance. What's your take on this development? Share your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's return to Raoul Pal as he reveals more valuable insight.
You think there's a boom coming, right? There's a techno boom coming,
right?
It's
a techno boom, and it's unstoppable. And it's going to be so fast, we don't know how to deal with it.
Am I going to be taller as a result of this? No. Or is there a chance? No.
It might be possible. There is hope for you yet.
Hope for me yet. Okay.
Yeah, there is hope for you. There is hope for you yet.
I think that's why I have a little bit of jealousy towards you. It's not only you're good looking, but you're a tall son of a bitch. Okay, tell us about the exponential age. Go ahead.
So look, it's this nexus of all of these technologies all hitting adoption effects at the same time. You can see that in front of your eyes with crypto. That's what number go up. But AI, we can see that every 3 months is like a groundbreaking set of new models, whether it's video, audio, or just the models themselves or the applications of it. We're seeing the robots coming. We've seen the Optimus robots. We've seen the robots coming out of China. We're seeing Tesla cars. We're seeing, I mean, it's just endless. We're seeing Amazon employing more robots than humans now, and that's accelerating. Then we've got the biotechnology stuff. We've got, Google with their AlphaFold, which is the AI based around predicting protein sequences and what that can do for humanity. We're seeing so much all happening at the same time. EV, I mean, nobody realizes because it becomes politicized, but solar growth, the growth of solar power is more than all of other energy generation added together and doubled. And people don't realize how fast this technology is moving as well, and how much the prices are coming down. So all of these things mean the price of compute is going lower. The price of energy and electricity will go lower over time. Nuclear can be thrown into that. And then you've got AI, which is driving exponential compute, which ends up with infinite human knowledge. All of these things are so disruptive, we can't get our heads around them. And it's quite difficult to invest in a lot of it. A lot of it is in VC hands or in these giant tech companies. So you've got this fastest growing technology in all history. What are you supposed to do? Buy Microsoft? Yeah, you might double your money or triple your money, but it's not really commensurate with that. So the crypto side of the equation, because the whole new internet is being built on crypto rails, I mean, the AI will have identity and we will have identity on chain. Many of the things you and I have talked about, the larger use of blockchain as a technology, well, that's front and center. So I actually think we've got 6 years, and this is quite contentious. I think we've got 6 years left to make as much money as we can before we don't understand how the economy works anymore. If an economy is driven by, if the economic trend rate of economic growth is driven by population growth plus productivity growth and debt growth, by the time you change this aging population, which is slowing trend rate of GDP down, replace that with infinite robots and infinite AI, we've replaced the population component. Same with productivity by lowering energy costs. We end up with ridiculous growth. I mean, what are financial markets with AGI? So I think we've got 6 years. I give this advice to a lot of friends' kids because they're like, I want to go into finance. I'm like, finance is a secularly declining industry. If I was comparing notes with a mate of mine who's just left finance, at the same age, I was earning 3 times as much money as them. The amount of opportunity in finance keeps going down as, guess what? AI technology replaces humans in the trading floors and in investment banking across. I would not go into finance. If you're going to go into finance, go into crypto. Crypto is a secular trend going up, the fastest of all, as opposed to a secular trend going down, which is the traditional finance system. So if you want to apply your finance understanding, you want to do investing, you want to think about macro, do it in crypto and it'll change your life. The key to anybody's career is find a secular trend and ride that. You and I rode the same secular trend. Hedge funds was a huge trend, as was finance at the time. And on my side, it was equity derivatives, which was a huge trend. And we rode those. It makes us look geniuses, even though I'm certainly not a genius.
Is it too late in crypto?
No. It's currently today a $3 trillion industry. Think of this scale. It's a $3 trillion industry. If we just extrapolate the trend rate of growth and the number of wallets and all of that stuff, we get to 100 trillion by 2034. We're 3% of the way there. We've got 97 trillion of wealth to create in this space. We've barely started. I know we all use that phrase, we're so early, but the adoption of this technology as the financial system starts to operate on its rails, so you have instant settlement for equities and bonds and all of that. The transfer payments, even central bank digital currencies are on these rails. Everything folds into these rails. RID, gaming worlds, all of these things. Well, if we're 3% of the journey, it's all to play for. This is the biggest trend we've ever had.
Bitcoin has already demonstrated its transformative power in the financial world, evolving from a niche concept into a global asset worth trillions over the past decade. Despite facing skepticism, regulatory challenges, and volatile market cycles, it has consistently emerged stronger. Today, Bitcoin's momentum is at an all-time high. According to Raoul Pal, success in crypto comes down to timing and maintaining a calm mindset. He emphasizes that the best time to invest is when the market looks bleak and fear dominate. While it may feel difficult to act when money is tight, that's precisely when the greatest opportunities and rewards often arise. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.